everyone, Britt here from Torq. I'm joined by Kevin Rickard, VP of IT and Security Engineering at Jobcase. Kevin, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Britt. Thanks for having me.
Kevin, tell us a little bit about yourself and Jobcase.
Yeah, so I'm the VP of security here at Jobcase, and in my role today, I oversee several portions of the organization, namely security, but also our IT operations group, our internal infrastructure, and some aspects of our cloud infrastructure. Jobcase is an online community dedicated to advocating for the world's workers. We provide tools such as like an AI coach that help job seekers prepare for roles, creating resumes, and we also have a helpful community to help support their journey through that employment process.
Kevin, let's get right into it. So you're a 3-time customer of Torq. Tell us why.
Yeah, so obviously I really like the product, else I wouldn't be a 3-time customer. So really what's brought me back, it's several things, but I would say that the top reason has been the pre and post sales support that I've gotten. The folks at Torq have been top tier and excellent, and they've been really knowledgeable. The tool really has been super easy to use. It's truly a low-code solution. So from the point of my first time seeing Torq, having used other SOAR products in the past, to seeing Torq for the first time and being able to roll out a use case has been like the fastest I've been able to deliver use cases in a matter of hours and starting to deliver productivity within the organization.
Talking about the support that you received from Torq, what's been your experience working with the Torq team?
The team has always started the engagement by understanding what my use cases are and what I really need to deliver to become productive and to see a return on the investment. And that goes from understanding what my processes are, and even going so much as to help to provide the first draft of my workflow for my use case, and allowing me to go, just add a few things to it and immediately start seeing results. So I remember one use case I've had, and I think several people have always had this use case because it's a common one in security. It's things like, phishing. You get so many of these, users report so many of them. And so how do you scale when you're getting so many reports? And I think through that, getting phishing reports in the middle of the night, not being able to tackle those, having leverage automation and being able to get those and be able to triage and make a decision on what to do with and eliminate those phishing emails has really been great for us.
So talking a little bit more about those phishing emails and leveraging Torq, how exactly is your team leveraging Torq?
Yeah, so 3-time customers have had plenty of use cases over the year. And because I wear several hats, I wear IT hat, I wear security hat, my first use case is actually now around helping to automate some of our user onboarding and offboarding processes. And that goes from everything from the initial trigger from our HRIS platform, where that gets triggered in, and so that's fully automated. If we don't need an email from our people team that we have to confirm, and that goes through an approval process. And once we approve that via Slack message, the automation of creating everything from their email to sending the user welcome email, that's all fully automated from start to finish. And that's really saved a ton of time for us. Also enables a consistent experience for our users, and obviously saves time for us, and our internal customers are much happier as well.
Kevin, what's made your experience with Torq Hyperautomation different compared to other SOAR offerings?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've used more than one SOAR platform throughout my time. Remember the early days of SOAR using another product, and I think what has made that what was challenging there is the amount of people that we needed to get automation going, the amount of time and investment that was needed to go from use case to to full production deployment of your use case. That was extremely difficult. You needed some higher level of experience of coding experience to be able to interact with some of the platforms. And I think that the support was just not what I expected. Sort of that that post sale experience wasn't exactly what we liked, and it was always seemed to be like, if you needed this, you needed to buy into a different tier of support in order to get what you needed.
So Kevin, last question for you. What advice would you give to other security professionals considering Torq Hyperautomation?
Yes, I think the key to anything that you're doing with automations already is always like, do you have a well-documented, repeatable process? And I think that sort of, you think through, going post, beyond the tool, is just to think of, what are my use cases? Where can I deliver? Or where can automation help me? And if you have good, repeatable processes, right, that lends itself easy to automation. So you think through, if we go back to, efficient, or, hey, I want to onboard and offboard employees, right? If that is well documented and repeatable, it becomes easier to automate. I think as if you're looking at products and, what sort of tool can help you, it's important to look at tools that adapt to your processes versus a tool that requires you to change a lot of your internal processes in order to adapt to it. And that for me is always a no-no when I look at, regardless of the tool. It's like, it must adapt to me and help me be productive. And, the amount of lift on our side cannot be as much. I mean, it should be minimal. And if you think of it from a people development standpoint, that, if one of the challenge we have even as a leader is like, how are you making sure that your folks are engaged and that they're enjoying coming to work? And I think when if you think through someone looking at logs and alerts all day and following the same processes, and, it sort of get monotonous. But if you can sort of offload that and basically teach them a new skill set by saying, hey, this thing that you've been doing manually, why don't you go work on and learning a new skill by developing the automation? I think that helps to sort of break the monotony, and also helps to develop their skills, and keeps them engaged and wanting and enjoying to come work. And you'll start seeing people start to look at, like, oh, what else can I automate? What else can make things easier? And I think another thing, having worked through, publicly traded companies and having to deal with, several different compliance requirements, I think this is where automation has also been able to help me, is being able to say, every time there's a process, like, I have a way where I can have tickets created, for example, right? Which is something that you always find your auditors are looking for, like, where's the documentation? And that's something that, automation, Torq as a platform can also help you with. And it's been helpful for me where I say, well, hey, you want these tickets? Well, I know when I create them, I have this tag and my automations create them. So if you need a population of all my phishing tickets or all my, termination tickets, here it is, because I know it's created all the time, and here's the information.
Well, Kevin, we certainly appreciate your insights, and thank you for being a loyal customer of Torq.
My pleasure. Thanks.